You know, Brett, I can say this on TV safely. That's a damn pretty picture.
It is. It's one damn good view. Hi, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Brett Hermansen, filling in for Rhea.
And I'm Chad Booth, and we are on a trail up in Daggett County, continuing our series to look at the area up here, and it's called Pipe Creek. And it's about equal distance from from Dutch John and from Manila. It's actually a little closer to Dutch John. But this is the place you can stay in either community as a base camp and come up here. What would you say is the hallmark of this trail so far? I mean, we haven't been on it very long.
Straight up. That's pretty much all. We've really climbed. We've climbed about 600 feet in about 1 mile. And we are just going right up. It's a little intimidating, but it isn't bad.
Yeah, I think somebody who just started in the sport, I mean, they're not real hard lines to pick from anything I've seen.
No.
It's not like you're going to roll a machine. It is going to, I mean, you are going to feel like you've earned your climb.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think this is great if you're just not on your very first trip to feel like you've accomplished.
Yep.
You need to get your brother out here.
I do. Yeah, Chris, you should have come. You'd love this.
Anyway, let's find out a little bit more about the trail, some of its history, and some of the facts about it.
Actually, this is probably one of my favorite trails to run because it's kind of a middle of the road trail. It's not real easy and just running down the roads, and it's not real technical where you need to have multiple machines and spotters.
What we're doing today is more of a medium trail. It's got some obstacles, get your heart rate going a little bit, but nothing too major. Well, you just jump in elevation quite quick. I mean, I think within 1 mile we had already gone 500 feet in elevation. Well, this one is great because you actually can start at the parking lot of the dam. It's instant. You're on a trail and then you're just surrounded by this, which is just beautiful.
We started out on Pipe Creek Trail. This is actually the Spruce Creek side trail. And we're right here at the end of the trail at Spruce Creek at a nice picnic spot, if you will. Shaded, cool spot to stop for a minute and then head on out the trail, the rest of Pipe Creek. You're gonna drive through some of the beautiful ponderosa pines of Utah mountains, grassy meadows, hopefully see some wildlife along the way. It's just a great, beautiful, open trail.
It just takes you away. You get on the trail and you just you fall in love with it.
There's not a lot of people that come here and think they ride trails. Most people come here to play on our beautiful lake, which we welcome them to do, but we'd like to see more of them get out into the trails and explore more of our county, what it has to offer. We ask them to be respectful. If you run into a closed gate, there's a reason it's closed. If you bring in trash, make sure you carry your trash out. And don't be afraid to pick up something that somebody may have dropped along the way.
What you think you see is not always the truth. Now, we are making our way along the ridge on Pipe Creek. That is the city of Dutch John. The rounded building you see there is the Quonset hut, the storage, the hangar at the airport. Right next to it, you'll see like 2 or 3 sections of red roof. That's actually the city storage units, and they're not at the airport. They are across another valley where the city of Dutch John sits. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it just looks like it's all one thing, but that's quite a ways away. And then right here you have the Green River, the gorge for the...
Yeah, the dam's right up here and the river makes its way down. And for fun, there's a whole other set of trails you can leave from Dutch John, go out around past the airport, and you can actually get right up on the edge of the river and look down into some of the rapids. We're gonna have to come back. Right now, it's time for us to go to this week's Where To.
Well, it looks like this is the only wide spot in the road.
Yeah.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Here we are on the Pipeline Trail.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Pipe Creek runs up here quite a ways, and we've made a stop and found a couple of meadows along the way. You know what really strikes me about this? This is a place to bring kids. Yeah. It's a trail they can handle, and you know, not get bumped around too much, although they will get bumped around a little bit. But there are meadows, and there are butterflies, and there are little squirrely things that dart back and forth, and there are rocks to climb on. And you know, if my kids were young again, this would be like the perfect day for them.
Yep.
A stream to play in, a tadpole to catch.
Yeah, there you go. My grandkids would love this. Hell, my kids would like it, you know? They're still young at heart.
Yeah, they are.
So.
Anyway, when you go out for adventures like this, you always have to have a base camp. Our base camp today is the town of Dutch John. It's about 6 miles away. Let's check it out.
So in Dutch John, we've got two different gas station resort. We've got Dutch John Resort and Trout Creek Flies. They both have a small RV park, and they both have some cabins, whether you go with the full amenity cabin or just the dry cabin. They both have bathhouses, so we've got a few accommodations. So Flaming Gorge Resort is actually the only restaurant in Daggett County that is open year-round for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 7 days a week. In Dutch John itself, there are two. There is Dutch John Resort, which has, I believe they call it the Green River Steakhouse. And then Trout Creek Flies has a little restaurant seasonal there that is Mia's. Great atmosphere. So most restaurants are either lunch and dinner or breakfast and lunch or weekends. It's a great little town. It was owned and operated by the Bureau of Reclamations up until I think 1983, 1985, somewhere in there is when they privatized, and it was given over to Daggett County. Roughly 6 years ago, the town decided to go ahead and incorporate, so we are now our own municipality, and we're working through the growing pains and the realization of responsibilities we decided to take on and just what that means for a town and how to be our own town. We're starting to look forward to the future and what we can do and what we can be.
Of course, you can also pack a lunch and bring it with you, and this is a good spot to stop on the trail. This is called the Spruce Creek Turnaround. It's a side trail off of Pipe Creek, and it comes right down to a little meadow. It's very cool. It's always a few degrees lower because Spruce Creek, which runs all year, sits right down here about, I don't know what, 20 yards off the machines.
Yeah, we're just barely right up there in the trees, not even 20 yards probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's cooler because we're at 7,000 feet now.
That's true.
So, you know, yeah. And the creek just goes right on through here, and actually it's going along its way, and so we're going to take you to the Along the Way. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Here we are on the Pipe Creek Trail, and we're at the end of it because we have hit the gate.
Going no further.
Yep, from 8:01 to 11:30, you're not allowed past this gate.
Now, they didn't just pick on us because they knew we were coming up here to film. They close this each year for wildlife habitat prior to the hunt. The animals need a place to kind of congregate and get their wits about them so that they have a fair game chance when the hunting season comes along. Yeah. However, it does cut the trip in half. We've come about 7 miles. We're going to go back about 7 miles. If you come here before August 1st, after the snow melts, it's about a 16-mile trip of this beautiful wooded forest land in, out, and back. So plan your trip accordingly and just expect that if you're here this time of year, that's what's going to happen.
Yep. But for now, we're at the end of the trail. Let's take a look at next week's show.
Yeah, again, just one more reminder that within 2 weeks, AYL 24/7 will be live and you can sign up for it. And that means that you get to be part of producing the show, giving us story ideas. We're going to listen. And you can see all the behind-the-scenes fun that we have when we're out, like we did today. Did you guys all have fun?
Yes.
I bet. It was great today.
Okay, I got my eyes on you, man. Anyway.
Plenty of content for behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's right. Just remember, there is adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and find it.
That's right.
At your leisure.